What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting and positive news for Cardano, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Ticker is ADA. I put together a list of positive quotes, interest in ETPs and ETFs, and price targets, so let's dive into it. Cardano is legit, says David Gokshin. Cardano will break its previous all-time high, said George on Cryptos R Us. A large interest in Cardano ETPs and ETFs, said the 21CO CEO, managing $7 billion assets under management. A better version of Bitcoin, said Martin Lawrence. Safe and secure, mentioned on the Steve-O podcast. And a few price targets from Altcoin Daily, Jake Gagnon, and Nick Valdez, ranging from $9 to $6.30. Don't mind if I do. But we do have more, so stick around towards the end of the video. We have more predictions also by people you might not have expected. Choose your winner now. TLDR, we won this nice poll with nearly 6x the votes of Ethereum, 5.66 to be exact. A nice little slam dunk. I wish we did 7x. I really like the number 7. But hey, I'll take a casual 6x vote slam dunk on Ethereum. Nice poll, and even though it's a poll, and it's kind of like, oh, a poll is a poll, it's proof of community. We see with the polls, with the posts, we see with Google Trends that Cardano community is stronger than ever before. Sounds like fun, says Charles. In response to our pinned tweet yesterday, Charles Hoskinson was mentioned on Timcast, and Jason also chimed in saying, absolutely, this would be an instant download. So Timcast, huge presence online, one of the biggest YouTube channels. Let's roll this clip.
Sir Crypto Conrad says you need to bring Charles Hoskinson onto Timcast. He's huge into governance, libertarian crypto, and has a Buffalo ranch. He will be great on your show. Sounds cool.
Really dope. I mean, don't mind if I do. What do you guys think about this? Are you familiar already with Timcast? What do you think about Charles Hoskinson doing something with him? Don't mind if I do. Why not? Speaking of a collaboration, Charles says, I'm looking forward to this conversation. Kennedy is one of the brightest and highest integrity candidates to run for the presidency of my generation. I agree with him. I don't get involved in politics. I think crypto will pump regardless. But I think it's fascinating to see this conversation taking place at Rare Evo, both for the industry and especially for Cardano, because I think Cardano, people overlook its beauty with decentralization, scalability, everything beautiful that has been thought about for the future already. So I'm really excited to see how this benefits the industry, but especially Cardano as well. Good stuff. This I didn't expect. Zach Humphreys is like more of an XRP guy, and he sees a potential 8 to 10x ADA. Zach Humphreys says we could see an 8 to 10x XRP. I don't think anything else. He doesn't feel anything else strongly about, but maybe Cardano or Dogecoin. So of all the alts, after his bullishness on XRP, he's like, yeah, Cardano, maybe Dogecoin. That's good though. It's good to hear positive sentiment from like non-Cardano like maxis that they also see the beauty of this project. Let's roll the clip.
I think we could see an 8 to 10x out of XRP, and I don't think anything else in that range I feel that strongly about. Maybe Cardano or Dogecoin.
There you have it, folks. Very good clip. Little low-key gem. 3 exchanges have officially upgraded to accommodate the Chang hard fork. Governance is coming. Yesterday we saw Bitfinex, but now also we have ready status for Bitmart, blockchain.com. Very good to see more exchanges stepping up. We're basically closing the gap. So I think we're very close, guys. Update, Cardano node version 9.1 as of this morning was at 73% for the node version. So very good. Dedium says less than a month after our launch, we're thrilled to announce that we've crossed the 10 million ADA market cap for the first time with a holder base that continues to grow every day. Guys, I see a lot of branding, I see a lot of graphics, I see a lot of narratives, and I think Dedium is approaching it very easy to understand. I mean, even look at the name, GPU computing, right in the name. This project just screams like Render Token's little brother to me. And I think there's a massive potential with machine learning, GPU computing, all that. It's going to be more and more demand. There's not going to be a shortage of it. We see how AMD and NVIDIA are doubling down. So I think Dedium is one of the key blue chips on the Cardano network. We're fast and effective. That's how a startup should move. I agree. If something isn't bringing results, we'll change our approach and fix it immediately, without waiting. The more Cardano projects understand this, the stronger our ecosystem will become. And honestly, this is timeless, universal advice. The amount of cringe projects I've seen that they build something that nobody wants, and they forget about the trifecta, the triforce, if you will, of business: desirability, feasibility, viability. How many projects are not even desirable, let alone feasible or viable? And that's what sets them up for disaster, because they have a sunken cost fallacy. They become romantically complacent with their own biases. They don't do any testing. They're not moving agile the way Dedium is. And this sort of statement tells me that the philosophy is agile, fast, sprint, test, MVP. Does it work? Does it not? Test it out, go back. And this is the best way to move forward, not only for Cardano, but the industry as a whole, even if it's Web3 or Web2. So that's some base post. This is probably the worst time to be bearish on altcoins. I agree with Crypto Rover. Basically, if someone is ultra bearish right now, it's like you're saying I'm dumb without saying I'm dumb. Because we're at the very tail end. It's not coincidence, guys, that Ripple ends the lawsuit. We're not in a recession when my country is building the next roller coaster for Canada's Wonderland in 2025. Okay, that ain't no recession type beat. Could there be a recession looming way after 2026? Sure. But right now we're in the everything market, stocks, crypto. We are approaching the cusp. We're right at the edge. But at the edge, we're going to have the most fear. So again, we have to kind of remind ourselves of where we are, zoom out in the market. It is the worst time. I agree. It's the worst time. A broken clock is right twice a day. And that ultra bearishness is just, what a miserable way to talk about crypto, always being bearish. Cardano ADA inflation lowest amid all major coins. I gotta tip my hat off, my non-existent metaverse hat, to UDOT today, because since I discovered them in 2022, I think, they've been pretty balanced with news. I don't see any hit pieces that are nonsense like Forbes and whatnot. Pretty balanced. They usually always source their tweets and whatnot. So, and here they tagged Cardano Whale. Good stuff. And yes, the inflation is very low amidst many of these coins that could create something that's unsustainable. You know what I'm saying? So that's another metric that's important. What's more unlikely? ADA in 2021 to $3, which was 125x from the local bottom, with just proof of stake, wallets, and no smart contracts. Remember, guys, 2021 at the tail end, that's when we were getting smart contracts. And Bitcoin dominance was at 40% here. And Bitcoin dominance was 40% here too. So with Bitcoin dominance very high, alt season's not here. With Bitcoin global search in the 20 to 30%, it's clearly not here. So coming back to that tweet, I would say that we have way more potential, because ADA in 2025 to $10, light work, 42x from 24 cent, which is the local bottom. We talk about that 24 to 39 cent range with native multi-asset ledger, dApps, governance, SCs, nation deals, Hydra, uncapped TPS, and more. So I agree with this 100%. We have a lot more going for us. We have a lot more beautiful apps. There's been great innovations in the space. So why not? I love these reports put out for Cardano. Great weekly development reports. It's a lot of jargon to take in, but I love this little commentary from Chris O, what he's been adding here. Hydra version 0.18 is out. Major feature, withdrawing funds from an open head without needing to close the Hydra head. That's big. Chang hard fork, of course, number 1 is nearly upon us. 71% overall SPOs running 9.1. Most major wallets are ready. Centralized exchanges, as we saw, like Bitfinex and a few more, are reporting ready, with more in progress. Cardano Foundation continues to build bridges with United Arab Emirates and Argentina. So a lot of conversations were being had to further galvanize collaboration with Latin America and over in UAE and whatnot. So I think that's big. I think that there's big potential with those areas of the world for a variety of reasons. Lucid says, why do I like Cardano so much? Good old Lucid, we always gotta check out, and any of these profiles, guys, make sure you follow them. They're gems. Everything is always linked below. On top of Hydra and Leo scaling Cardano to millions of TPS, after living in a society corrupted by infinite supply money printers, I am only supporting hard-capped assets like ADA and secure chains with a MAV of 50 like Cardano. I mean, I don't blame him. Almost 7 years, no downtime, no hacks. The list goes on, and these are important things, and that's why we see a large interest in institutional ETF, ETPs. It's so simple, guys. I think like anytime I see people losing their mind on Twitter, I kind of have a laugh. Frankly, you could send this to like 10 cents ADA, I'd still be bullish. I'd be more bullish. More of a contrast. And I can get some more dips. Progress update. Ascent Rivals, if you guys didn't know, this is on Steam already. I think you can install it on Steam. I joined their Discord. There's been a patch update. And this game is like, think Knights of the Old Republic, where you're in that like pod racer. Think Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Racer. Think like a racing game like that with some different modes. And apparently there's like spectator mode that they've been adding. And I think it's interesting because the Cardano games are targeting Epic Games and Steam. They're not leading with infrastructure, just a fun to play game. And this is how you do it. This is how you do it. I'm so tired of like dumb like Unreal Engine, blockchain. No one cares. Is it fun to play or not? You know, that's what it really comes down to. So they just released a bunch of bug fixes, stability improvements around physics and loadouts. Players now have the option to place contracts, bounties when killed by another player. Spectator mode iteration, information about top players in AI mode. Landing without activating APS, lift triggers can cause ship to bottom out. Colliding with players is now deterministic, based on speed and weight. That's good. Some good like physics improvements. Replay camera works in ascent phase. Ships do less damage to one another when they collide. Fixed issues with disconnecting and reconnecting as a spectator. I really like this, that like there can be this pod racer racing ting. You know, you're skirting away in Tatooine type of vibe, but also spectators. I think this opens up some interesting thing where they're not trying to like be the next MMO. You know, I think some people have unrealistic goals, but when I see games like Chrono Shot, Ascent Rivals, easy to onboard platform like Steam and Epic, but also they are trying to make something that is like a better product market fit. It's not something too grand, you know what I'm saying? It's feasible and viable. What's the best layer one? Asked HTX. And I mean, obviously it's ADA, you know what I'm saying? Obviously it's ADA. But, you know, at least we're put in this list, you know? Thank you. You know, thank you for putting us in that list. And yes, we'll take that number one. Don't mind if I do. Nucast is driving Cardano forward across India/APAC. We're in Pune for another fantastic Cardano Codex 2024 roadshow with one of the biggest Web3 crowds they've ever seen. Cardano Codex 2024 is an inspirational 3-month Cardano Hackathon taking place across 6 cities with a target footfall of 5,000 developers. Thank you to everyone that has played a role in bringing our expansive vision for Cardano growth in India to life. The impact of these events is monumental, and we're honored to play a role in growing Cardano in one of the world's largest and richest developer landscapes. I agree, you know, that area of the world is gigantic. So as a result of that, there's going to be a lot more like talent, different minds, a big delta. And it's smart to seize that opportunity and increase awareness, especially with incentives, staking, the treasury, governance, like people who want to bring an idea to fruition. Cardano is going to be that go-to place to build on. You know what I'm saying? Now, before we take a look at price, 2.59 million SNEK got burned by SNEK buy burn. I really like this SNEK coin bot. Really love like bot accounts and whatnot. I'm liking SNEK more and more, so I gotta learn more and more about SNEK. And if there's any Cardano projects that you guys absolutely love that somehow was not on my plate or I didn't take a look at, please comment below. Cardano is never boring. There's never a dull day with Cardano, and that's one of the reasons why I love it. I love the community and the active development, and I love these type of stuff with SNEK. Let's talk about price, right? It's why we're all here, right? Can devs do something? I need the price to go up. Hard Rock Nick, where art thou? Someone's gotta pay Hard Rock Nick and send some clip to Charles Hoskinson. So guys, we've been running up a little bit. We bounced back nicely off of that kind of 28, 29 cent. And I think that it's still, I know some of you guys are predicting early, and I have a poll up on YouTube. Most of you guys are leaning towards Q4/Q1 for alt season. and it's hard to know exactly, but I would say that I will continue to watch this. If we tumble down to these local bottoms, absolutely I'm going in. I'm going to be scooping up more. I got some stables on the side to accumulate more. My last buy was around this dip. This right around, yeah, around these like dips here, 3.6, 3.69. I missed out on this opportunity of the 29 cent, but I'm going to continue to watch because when we zoom out, even with global crypto, the past couple summers have not been too fruitful for crypto. So I think that can we pass the previous all-time high? Absolutely. And there's many reasons why we will surpass the previous all-time high. When exactly? I'm thinking like colder months. I'm thinking like post-election. I'm thinking like people are going back in their home. They're more speculative. They're spending more. They're in the habitual cycle of spending and buying. And during the colder months, psychologically, they're going to be more in their home. This is why we usually see in the colder months kind of that traction build up as seen with that last cycle. We're kind of going into February 2021. During this stage, we had meme coin craze, you know, all the NFT craze. And the fact that we hit like that $3 mark with like not even smart contracts says a lot, right? It was the hype going into Alonzo hard fork, I believe. And, you know, it is what it is. Cycles are cycles. I think sometimes people forget that we can't control cycles. Narratives and everything are kind of the garnish that go on top. And Cardano is a time-tested project. And even if you don't take my word for it, some of these people have really good authority. I mean, Cryptos R Us, people meme him, but he's been around for a while. 21 CEO, 7 billion assets under management. So the next time Anon tells you who can't afford a check mark or has ulterior motive that like, oh, Cardano's trash, just refer back to some of these tweets with some positive sentiment. Because I know negative sentiment can be demoralizing, guys, but there's actually a lot of positive sentiment from chads in the space who have authority, who have seen a lot more than just like Anon making fun of the project or thou who shall not be named. And I value your guys' feedback. I'm going to avoid reacting to thou who shall not be named anymore. So let's stay positive, guys. Fear is very high. Bitcoin global search is very low. And in addition to that, BTC dominance is very high. These are three things that tell us what bottom is basically in. Is it rock bottom, bikini bottom? I don't know. I don't think so. But guys, if you've been subscribed to the channel following, you'll know that we've been saying that something like this was going to play out post having bearishness, a little bit of jitter. And I don't think we're out of it yet until winter approaches. But let me know what you think about timeline. I think that the price, we can easily go blast past $5, $6, $7 very easily. But let me know what's a reasonable price prediction and what's a reasonable time length of when alt season, when we start ripping through and hitting these all-time highs. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe, fam. We're almost at 5K. Thank you so much. Smash that like, and I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.